Welcome back to MJ Games. I am Michael, and I'm once again joined by Ray Canino to tour another one of the Sauerland parks created by Dr. Ost 68. And Ray, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. Hello, everybody.
So if you missed last Tuesday, make sure to go check it out. As today we're looking at Sauerland Park Nord, and before we started, I'll make sure to go check out Ray's YouTube channel as he does some amazing work with some PC content for Planet Coaster. So the link is in the description below. And now we are now in Sauerland Park Nord. So right away, I mean, you see this massive castle, just this massive focal point as you walk in the park.
Oh, that dive coaster. That's amazing.
Like with this guy, German creator, I feel like the inspiration for this had to come from that Karnen ride. Even though it's not a Gerstlauer coaster and it doesn't have a vertical, it still to me seems like that had to be part of the inspiration.
I agree. That's amazing. I can't do castles.
Me neither. So I mean, I wanted to fast forward to get a really good view of this drop, and yes. I mean that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Funny when people who aren't like us, who like love coasters and like love this game, and we'd be like, "Oh, that's so beautiful," and they're like, "A coaster is beautiful." I'm like, "Yes."
I mean, there's other words I can describe it, but I can't say that.
Yeah. We'll say majestic. There we go. But no. That's great, and so we can already tell, like, it's got a different feel than the previous park we looked at, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this has got, it's almost like a little bit more of an old architectural style to it, with the castle ruins and stuff like this. So it looks like something that's been around longer.
Yeah.
And castle area, which I believe is a dark ride, sectioned off, and line than you don't see often is somebody creating a single rider line. That's amazing.
Yeah, I love that.
And it go to the station like that is really cool. But I just wanted to check out the rest of the queue, and I'm just impressed with his queues. Like, I know I'm guilty of this all the time, but how often do we see queues that have zero interaction and they're just so boring, right?
Oh, so much. Oh my God, this is beautiful.
This is amazing. I forget the name of this technical ride. So it almost looks like a paranormal activity type.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We talked last week how both of us said dark rides are not our specialty.
Not one bit. And it sucks. I feel like if I do one, I'm going to be like, oh, I copied it from this person. And then they'll be like, it's not original.
Yeah. It's just like I wouldn't know. I'd have to watch videos to get ideas. I love the flickering lights there.
Oh, it's so nice. It's so good.
Yeah, that's a good word. It sounds to the eeriness of it, if that's a word.
Just come on, skeleton.
I do love it when I go to a theme park. It's good.
So good. Zombies.
There was one that somebody made. I took with Iron Maddie. I forget the name of the park. It was called Alpine Park, and I mean, it was actually a legit scary like dark ride that he made. Like jump moments that was really cool, and this kind of reminds me of that, you know.
Yeah, this is so good. It's so creepy.
And did a great job of, like, there's another park that he did that I looked at where he did a walkthrough experience. You know, guests can't access it, but you walk through and it's like it was supposed to be like guys or one of these like creepy like old movies or whatever it is, and it was just so well done.
Oh yeah, I think I remember seeing that. That was really good.
And I love seeing that stuff that like people create, guests can't access. And some people are like, what's the point of doing that? And to me, it just adds that realism aspect of it, or makes it feel more immersive.
Well, it's like asking what's the point of us adding so much detail to something. It's because we care. We gotta make it look as real as we can.
Why do we do transfer packs? Because it adds realism.
And because I'm obsessed with them.
Yes, me too. Backstage area is with really cool.
This is so nice.
It's great use of the smoke and
Definitely.
the actual path that the track is taking.
I love how it's so weavy. It's not like just in a straight line. It's like actually immersing you. I love it.
Yeah, I could totally see where like somebody who's not used to rides at all would get off this and feel a little dizzy. Just with, like you said, how much it's kind of weaving and stuff like that. You got this place that's supposed to look like you're outside in a forest or something. So.
Ooh, a church.
I was just about to say, something creepy is about to happen when you stumble upon a church in a dark ride.
Yep.
Sure.
Spiders.
The pieces that he used for the roof there are awesome. I'm trying to remember what actual piece that is. I think it's just one of the roofs that kind of has that looking like that, the roof or something, but looks really, really good.
Yeah, it does. Oh my god. The lighting on that is beautiful.
And how that whole plaza area is done, like, I would just sit there and just watch the coaster all day.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want to go anywhere else. I'd just be like, I'm just going to watch this thing drop all day.
Yep. I'm definitely one of those people that can just go hang out at a theme park and just be happy from the ambiance.
So I know you said you wanted to get back to Cedar Point, so then is the coaster that allow you to do that? Because that area where Valraven is just beautiful, and it's just like I could watch that thing all day.
Mm-hmm.
On cues, which definitely adds to the piece count. I was got stuck on the roof. The joy of Plip Cam, right?
Yep.
Like, I wonder why it is, but just the camera when you're in Plip Cam, especially when you zoom in, it just is so much more crisp. And then we're walking up the single rider line.
This is so nice.
I've been to parks that have single rider lines at all.
Wait, what?
My bad. Have you been to a park that has a single rider line?
Oh, plenty. Plenty.
Clutch. Had I known Dollywood had that, I wouldn't have bought the Fast Pass thing. Get your trip to Dollywood if I go by myself.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've been to places that have the single rider, but if it's a slow day, I will still wait in line because I'm like, there's a photo op on some opportunity on this roller coaster, so I have to.
Yeah, and then just the detail of the different rows that you get in a line for, and then look at this.
Wow.
And so it's like then you've got somebody here kind of letting people in, right?
It's so nice. Ooh,
Here is you wait in the 3 rows, and then the door opens, open whenever the coaster gets back in the station. So it's just the detail here is just awesome. As you can see, 190-foot drop. So this is almost a hyper. What was your thoughts on that coaster?
I really loved it. I loved the fact it was a beyond vertical drop, went into a tunnel, just like Oblivion, and just really hugged, again, the layout of the ground and everything. It was really beautiful. Yes, I love that smoke.
Touch, yeah. And so I decided to not ride in front bumper because I know front bumper is obviously the smoothest route or ride you can get when riding a coaster. But I want us to kind of see the whole environment with it, because it was just really cool how it had, to me, it had almost like two different aspects to it, right? You've got this Swarsted Carnan style lift, hill, and drop. And after that, it kind of goes off in what almost feels like what would be like a valley or countryside of the castle.
Hmm.
The foliage and the water and stuff, and it's just so well done.
I love the gate to get back in. That's so nice.
hmm Yeah, and so we're going back out the way we came just to kind of get another that, because I think that's a really cool touch that you don't see many people do. And then I also like here how he's got the work attendant there. Like the parks now, right? Like they're not letting everybody up onto the station platform. They're kind of saying, "All right, you can go, you can go, you can go. Okay, we're gonna stop you."
Yeah, I like that.
Another person there, and so it's just adding that extra thought of realism that really makes it stand out more. And obviously, the single rider line's really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So this park, I believe, has 3 coasters in it as well. Actually, no, I might think about it. I'm blanking now. But as I said before, it's cool because it's part of the same park as his previous one, but you can just tell that it's looks different. It's got a different vibe. And here I just wanted to show people kind of what he did with the pathing. So if anybody wanted to pause that and see, how you can manipulate the path to look like everything's path when really it's not.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, this is cute.
Little mine train here. Really good views of the mine train.
I love these little mushrooms he made out of the art pieces.
Yes, absolutely. Right there. Yeah, for sure.
That's so awesome.
I know you've done a really good job of stuff I've seen of with really cool custom or creative ways of using path coverings. Because I remember I asked you one time, I don't remember what specifically it was, but I think that's the first time we communicated when I saw something that you've done with one of your paths that just looks so cool. love seeing what different people do with that, you know?
Oh yeah, definitely.
It is that we don't have Team TK on console, you know, with some pieces or path pieces that can't be elevated, right?
Yeah.
It's always interesting and fun to see what people are able to do to kind of manipulate the system in a way,
I
right?
agree. Like, just amazing.
Yeah, just the views you get of that mine train coaster is awesome. And then I think especially right there too, is you kind of, or maybe it's coming up in a second, but kind of looking up Lift Hill is a really good job, and you've got the big drop tower.
I like how it comes
Man, drop
so close
towers,
to the path too.
totally agree. And then look at that station.
That's so nice.
I don't know about you, but man, for some reason, like I can do coasters all day long, no problem on any coaster, but drop towers scare me. Like, I get terrified on drop towers.
Not gonna lie, I've been on the tallest and fastest coasters. I go on Lex Luthor Drop of Doom every time. My stomach, I get so nervous.
It's like I feel less supported, and I don't know why, but it's just there's just something about it that like maybe it's also not knowing when you're gonna drop. But man, that's just scary. But this station is just
It's,
amazing.
it's very beautiful.
Terrain is kind of the terrain and rock that match the coaster is really well done, and obviously detailed station as
Yeah,
well.
use the clutter and using the baskets for bins again. I love that.
Yeah. Look at the stats. I mean, it's a mine train, so you're not going to have a massive drop or anything. Watch you after the coaster. I don't know about you, but I feel like that's one of the better mine trains that I've been on in a spotlight.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
You know, not the most it's supposed to be, but I love the fact that he went with these smaller trains. So instead of having really long, massive trains, you've got them a little shorter, which allows you to feel smoother as it's going through the elements and stuff.
I agree.
It's really good use of rocks and terrain, and just really impressive. And then you've got this little space in here. It look really cool at night too.
It does.
You know, obviously during the day it's gonna look a little different. It's so well done. Got a couple lift hills, and I think there was one part where both trains are going up both lift hills. Or I don't know. It just kind of seemed like it was designed in a way to where you could see multiple trains on the track. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I definitely like that.
And look at that crew.
That's awesome.
Use of the lamps for eyes. Really cool. We've got one last area to look at here, and I think we've saved the best for last on these first two spotlights because this is awesome. Got a little playset area over here.
Yes, I love that.
Amazes me when people make this because I'm always like, oh, I'm gonna do that in my park, and then I just feel like, nah, it's too tedious. I'm not gonna take the time. um,
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Different style ride, but it like gauge your like time traveler vibes from Silver Dollar City, just in terms of how it's themed up, and if you got some inspiration from that in terms of just how to go about with the theming.
Yeah, that's really gorgeous.
And I think I walk up the queue here thinking that might be the queue for the coaster, and it's the queue to another flat ride.
Thought I saw bumper cars on the side.
Like I wouldn't honestly, I wouldn't know where to begin when building a building like
No,
that.
me either.
And then so this is where you can get some good views of that dive coaster. I'm just amazed.
It's even detailed the bathroom. I love that.
Have you really built like steampunk style much?
I have not. It's literally something I have to Pinterest the house down and get so many images to get any form of inspiration.
Yes. And then I like this. It almost kind of reminds me of the Terran style where wooden beams kind of sitting sideways kind of create a wall like that. It looks really good. And then obviously another really detailed queue.
It's amazing. And you turn the lights upside down. I love that.
Yeah, I should have looked in that spot at night. I just realized I didn't do that. But oh, so we actually take a ride on this twice. We're gonna ride once in, and what I was gonna say here that he did such a good job of, and I've seen a lot of people do this recently, is to have the longer station to not have to deal with buttons, but then they cover it up by putting a wall there, so it looks like it's not this crazy long
nice.
station. So yeah, we're gonna take two rides on this. Once in the mode where we can see with the spinning, and then once in front bumper, so we can get a better idea of the layout. And we'll talk to you after the ride. All right, so that was the second of the third parks in the Sauerland Park series. And Ray, what'd you think about this one? And which of the two that we've looked at so far did you like the most?
I really loved it. I love how each ride feels individual. It's awesome. Honestly, I'm not a fan of spinning coasters because I get dizzy on them, but I really, really, really love that. It gave me, no offense, I'm not allowed, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but it gave me some very Silverette vibes.
Yeah, it was really good, really well done. Yeah, I agree. Coasters, the right type of spinning coasters, I'm good with. I just can't do too much spinning. Like those 4D coasters are kind of crazy with how much they spin and flip you. But no, this is like you said, everything's individualized and it's so well done. Everything still
Exactly.
fits so well. And I mean, I love the first one, but I do think that this park to me is I enjoyed
No,
more.
I
What do
agree
you think?
too. It's, I just love it.
It's just so well done, and I mean the
Like, that's
lighting's really
gorgeous.
good. And the visuals of all this, like I said before, like I just don't even know how he comes up with this. Like, there's so much detail on all those
Yeah.
buildings that um, I very impressed with this park. And so the third one um, will be coming out hopefully next Tuesday. And so Ray will be joining me for that one as well. So once again, make sure to go check out Ray's YouTube channel. The link is in the description. And Ray,
Thank
thank
you
you
for
so much
having
for
me.
joining me. And make sure you guys have a good rest of your day and make sure you hit the like button. And I'll talk to you later.